Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is Tuesday, September the 28th, National Drink Beer Day today.
All right.
I know some people that are going to celebrate that. National Good Neighbor Day, which you should do every day. National Strawberry Cream Pie Day. That sounds delicious. National North Carolina Day. That's cool. And National Voter Registration Day today. All of those things happening on this Tuesday, the 28th day of September. And we're going to talk to your dad for a little thing called Tuesdays with Charlie. I really enjoy visiting with him. You think we can convince him to move here? We've been trying really hard.
We've been trying. I don't think so.
Anybody have any ideas? That should be my Dear John letter this week. Dear John, this letter is from John. How do I get my father-in-law to move in with us? Then I'd have to answer it myself. No, if you've got any ideas on what we could do to get Charlie to move in with us, first answer would be nicer to him, John.
That might help.
I'm always very nice to him. Love the guy. Coming up in a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New survey found 1 in 4 people say they never have time to make breakfast. Never? Ever?
Well, weekends
1
you
in
would.
4? 1 in 4, 25% never have time to make breakfast. There are some things you can make that are pretty darn quick and pretty darn easy that are still kind of good for you. So I'm going to encourage you to maybe find something. If you need some ideas, reach out to me. I got all kinds of them. A new study claims that more professional athletes than ever are relying on marijuana to boost their performance. The study claims the athletes concentrate better when they are stoned. Really? Apparently that's something that only happens in athletes because most people, when they're stoned, that's not exactly how it affects them. So I don't know. I've got a link to that story if you want to check it out. It is in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. I want to remind you, addiction is no laughing matter. If you or somebody you know needs help, that's why we do these stories every day, to remind you help is out there. Timeforrehab.com. Famous person in the news here. He's no longer with us, sadly, but the late, great actor James Gandolfini. He played Tony Soprano on The Sopranos.
He was awesome.
He was such a great dude. On the set of Sopranos one time, he got so drunk on the set at the HBO show that they had to chain him to a tree for everyone else's safety.
Who hasn't been there?
Well, most of us. It's just basically you and Tony Soprano or James Gandolfini. But no, that's really sad. I'm sad to hear that.
Judge me.
So, yeah, he went way too soon, gone too soon. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Steven Spielberg has made a movie remake of West Side Story. So have you heard anything about that?
No.
I have not seen a lot of movie trailers lately. I need to get to the theater and see a movie, and then I'll see trailers for movies, but I did not know anything about that. Here's one I've seen a lot. It's all over social media. Clint Eastwood's new film, Cry Macho, recently released. It deals with a one-time rodeo star and a washed-up horse breeder who, in 1979, takes a job from an ex-boss to bring the man's young son home from Mexico. So that sounds interesting. Like I said, I've seen that online a lot. And I've not seen this. We don't have Netflix right now. We're kind of on again, off again Netflixers, but we're off again right now. Netflix dropped the trailer for their new documentary, Britney versus Spears, takes a deep dive into the famous or infamous conservatorship. So I guess we'll learn
sad.
more about all that.
So sad.
Yeah. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. California State Fair is giving an award for the state's best marijuana. So that's like a new competition that they're doing there. So they should do that at every state fair, especially in states where but I'm just saying, in states where it's not legal. People bring it in, they're like, congratulations, you are the winner and you're going to jail. A 112-year-old man in New Orleans says the key to living a long time is be nice to other people. He's 112.
Yeah, because then nobody will shoot at you.
Yeah.
Try to shoot out the windows at your house.
Yeah, I know someone that happened to recently. I don't know if that's what really happened. I never know what to believe with this guy. But I know this guy says the key to living a long life, be nice to others. If that's the case, I know some people who are going to die in 3, 2, 1. What I'm saying is I know people who are not nice to one another.
Yes.
Disney stock has taken a hit after the company's CEO warned investors about slow streaming growth. So story online, it said instead of Disney Plus, should they be calling it Disney Minus? So apparently it's not going well. New report says the U.S. last year endured the highest increase in murders since the FBI started keeping track in 1960. That's a big deal.
That is a
In
big
2020, there were about 5,000 more homicides across the country than a year earlier, a total of about 21,500, according to preliminary numbers from the FBI and the New York Times. So they should just make that illegal. Make it illegal to murder people.
They should just make a law.
There's a solution right there. And San Francisco's mayor, London Breed, defending not wearing a mask while partying in a nightclub, stating that she, quote, got up and started dancing because I was feeling the spirit and I wasn't thinking about a mask. And there's folks that are very disappointed and upset with her. I wonder what spirit she was feeling. I mean, do you think she was drinking spirits? Okay, your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
I'm your favorite father-in-law, aren't I?
You are my favorite father-in-law. And in all fairness, I have to tell you, I did have one other father-in-law at one point. He was a good guy, but you're a heck of a lot funnier than he ever was. So.
They're probably a lot older now, too. So.
Yeah, a little bit. So what kind of cool stuff are we going to learn about today, Charlie?
Let's see. Well, okay, you're big on presidents. John Quincy Adams. Did you know that he owned an alligator that he kept in the White House?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah, he had. I read a book about bizarre presidential pets, and I remember that being the first one they talked about.
Really?
What was
Absolutely.
his name?
His name was John Quincy Adams.
No, the alligator's name.
I don't know.
Well, then you must not have read the book very closely.
I did, but I was like 12 when I read it, so you expect me to retain things? I'm not even going to remember this conversation next week.
This week, let alone tomorrow.
Exactly. See?
Hey, then a company will drive you over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge if you are scared to drive yourself.
No kidding.
Why would you be afraid to drive over the bridge?
Oh, some people are afraid of heights, Heidi.
Oh.
I don't know.
I remember going to the Royal Gorge. It's like the highest suspension bridge in the world. And Dad threatening to throw Jason over the side of it. It ruined the whole rest of the vacation.
Why were you going to throw him over the side, Charlie?
He wasn't being, Dad was teasing, but he picked Jason up and acted like he was going to throw him over this. It did not go over well.
Charlie's book, Parenting for Dummies, is coming out.
Kids.
That's why we can't have nice things. I don't think that fit there.
And there was a toilet paper shortage in USA in 1973 caused by a joke on a talk show that convinced people to hoard toilet paper.
Yeah, I think it was Johnny Carson. I'm almost positive of it.
I think it was, too, if I remember right.
Yeah, he said that there was a toilet paper shortage. There wasn't really, but then people went out and started buying it all up, and then there really was.
I'm not a hoarder. I just like to have about 400 rolls on at all times.
You are a hoarder.
Charlie,
for
there was
paper.
a point about 3 or 4 months ago where we were down to 1 roll in this house.
How could you do that?
My dad would have had a heart attack.
I actually took a photo and posted it on Facebook. So we were down to 1. I was like, I've never seen so little toilet paper in one household. We're down to 1 roll.
Would have had to call 911 or something. Bring me some toilet paper.
Don't call 911 for that, by the way.
Okay, I got one last thing here for you.
Oh, okay. What's that?
A math professor had worked out an equation to calculate how long into a car journey it takes a child to ask, "Are we there yet?"
Okay, how
Really?
long?
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful bit of information. Well,
Moron.
I'm going to just say 5 minutes. That's how long it takes. If we're just making stuff up, let's just make it up. Hey, Charlie, you ready for a question?
Okay, let's have one.
All right. And I think you might know this. I'll definitely give you a clue that'll probably help make it happen. The British royal family is not allowed to play this game, and I'm pretty sure Charlie's not allowed to play it anymore either. What game do you suppose that is?
Monopoly.
Yeah, Monopoly. So you guys had a friendly little game of Monopoly back in the 80s. And apparently you were losing. No, you were winning. Is that what it was, Charlie?
No, Mom was winning.
Well, they were cheating.
And the Monopoly board went flying across the room, and you've never played again, right?
They ought to ban that game out in the world. Terrible game.
Well, the British royal family is not allowed to play Monopoly.
I wonder why that is.
Probably because they don't want
Tell
to.
you why. Because they were playing and somebody cheated years ago and they got caught.
That's probably what it was.
That's it. No more.
No more of this. There's now a new decree.
The
No
Queen
Monopoly.
had hotels hidden in her hair. Just pulling them out when nobody's looking.
Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure to chat. And today was it was a fun one. So thank you for visiting with us.
Yeah, it was something.
Yes, it was. We'll talk to you again next week.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little show we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Studies show cats dislike men with long, dark beards. Cats do.
They also don't like cucumbers.
Oh yeah, I saw a video.
Yeah.
Or was it squash? No,
It was
maybe
cucumbers.
Maybe it was pickles. Was it cucumbers?
It was cucumbers.
Yeah, there's a video online that shows that, and I don't understand why. They think
I know,
it's a
it's
giant
really
worm
crazy.
or something. I don't know. Yeah, but for whatever reason, studies show cats dislike men with long, dark beards, which explains why
Me too.
Abraham
cats.
Lincoln. What's that?
Me too.
You also dislike men with long, dark
I
beards?
don't like beards. I don't like facial hair much.
I was going to say this study explains why Abraham Lincoln did not get the cat vote. So
Wow. That was horrible.
it really was. That is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline New Zealand. 2 men have been arrested in New Zealand for attempting to smuggle KFC into a lockdown zone. So,
Okay.
online somebody said, I don't think there's a kernel of truth to this story.
Wow.
I just love that kind of humor. I don't know why. I always remember
I know you
those.
do. It's so cringy.
It really is. I thought it was really funny. Oh, there's a lot of, there were a lot of smiley faces on that comment.
I bet there were.
When I say somebody online, it was not
From other
me.
grown men that wear Crocs.
She's only saying that because I'm a grown man and I have been known to wear Crocs. All right. Again, radiotravelgroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Kentucky man fired multiple gunshots out a hotel window. When police showed up, he said, I was shooting at the aliens.
Oh, of course he was.
Yeah, 55-year-old Samuel Riddle gave this spaced-out explanation to police after he opened fire at a hotel. They don't have the name of the hotel in the story here. A woman with him locked herself in the hotel bathroom as the shots rang out. Didn't come out till the police made her come out. Nobody was injured. Bullets did go into another hotel room and hit some cars in the parking lot.
Wow.
Police say they made contact with the shooter before arresting him. They say he observed aliens in the parking lot, was shooting at them. Discovered Mr. Riddle was a convicted felon and was in possession of guns that he was not supposed to have.
Okay, see, you know what?
Got himself in trouble. 4 counts of wanton endangerment on a police officer, counts of criminal mischief, possession of a handgun and a firearm by a convicted felon. All of that just for today's weird news. Oh, by the way, but he made it in the news.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. Indiana man who kept calling 911 to inform police that he was tired gets to spend 2 months resting up in a county jail. 61-year-old Daniel Schroeder was arrested in connection with a quartet of calls. I believe that means 4. He kept calling and stating that, hey, I'm tired. And I explained to him, this is an emergency line. Please quit
Right.
calling.
Oh, my gosh.
He was not following the rules. He kept calling. Told police that, hey, I'm upset that a female relative was not following my rules.
Oh,
They said, you need to quit calling or we're going to arrest you. And he called again. And guess what?
Oh, no.
They arrested him for unlawful use of 911. That's the emergency line. 60 days in jail. His original case was amended to 60 days behind bars to run concurrently with the latter case. So it turned into 2 different cases because there were all those different times. But it's a bad idea. Don't do that. It's what happens, though. Some people just don't know right from wrong and do dumb stuff. Don't do that, or you might end up here with today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Meadows Edge, North Kingston, Rhode Island. Is it a golf course or is it a
Meadows
rehab
Edge,
center?
that's a golf course.
And Meadows Edge is a rehab center.
No way.
Yeah, but it does sound like a good place to get a hole in one. But apparently it's not.
All right.
But that is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Once again, this is the most important part. Brought to you by timeforrehab.com. I don't have time for golf. I've got timeforrehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Purdue creates the whitest paint on earth, and this could help eliminate air conditioners. So this is a university professor of mechanical engineering. He and his students created the whitest paint on record. So they're set out to develop a new paint. The goal was to create what would reflect sunlight away from a building the best. Turns out they also set a Guinness World Record for the whitest paint on the planet. When we started this project about 7 years ago, we had saving energy and fighting climate change in mind, said the professor. The paint reflects 98.1% of solar radiation while also emitting infrared heat. Because the paint absorbs less heat from the sun than it emits, a surface coated with this paint is cooled below the surrounding temperatures without consuming any power. That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
Typical commercial white paint gets warmer rather than cooler. Paints on the market that are designed to reject heat only reflect about 80 to 90% of sunlight, and they can't make surfaces cooler. This is 98.1%, and it makes it cooler instead of warmer. They did the outdoor test in an ambient temperature of 43 degrees Fahrenheit. The paint lowered the sample by an additional 18 degrees. It's pretty darn cool. That is more powerful than air conditioners used by most homes, they say. Purdue said they've already filed a patent. Their research is right now working with a company to scale up the paint and hopefully get it put up on the market so people can buy it and use it and save money and, all of that stuff. So I think that is really cool, don't you?
I do.
I think it's awesome. I
would love to have the brightest white colored paint.
Yeah, we've got some rooms that are white, and she's like, I need a whiter white. I'm like, I don't think you can get a whiter white.
It's not very white.
Now I admit, I was wrong. You
now
could
you
get
can.
a whiter white. So Heidi will probably be buying some of this paint. All right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.